Howdy, y'all. Hey, Green. How's it going, buddy? Dude. 15 stream streak. Nice job, buddy. All right, guys. Well, we need to get a lobby open. Green, I appreciate all your help, man. You are the best. All right. Let's go ahead and turn off my mic monitor so I'm not hearing my voice echoing in my ears. There, that's helpful. All right, well, I'm going to throw my coin into the troll. We're over 4,000 experimental now. Hopefully that doesn't get reset when they add new content to the experimental. They said they're not going to reset our progress, which is good, but that doesn't mean that if you're on experimental, you won't be subject to any resets on that particular channel. So, that's referring more to the main branch. All right, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and get us a lobby open, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start with server browser. We are running out of time to test. We are running out of time to test experimental before everything goes live into the main branch. It is supposed to go live this week. So, I'm going to be trying to get as much testing as I can. It looks like you guys do not have a game video. Let's fix that. Sorry about that, Green. Let me get that taken care of real quick. All right, cool. There we go. And looks a little off kilter. Let's do a transform fit to screen. I had this all in order. All right. Well, there we go. You guys should be able to see the game now. All right, cool deal. All right, well, we're going to do some testing today, guys. There's a few things I have not had a chance to test that have been talked about in the Discord that I'm curious to see. First of all, you should be able to launch grenades using a melee weapon now. So we're going to be testing that out. I did give it a little bit of a test run here a moment ago, which is why I'm down to 2 grenades. But let's see how this goes. I'm going to chuck it up. I'm going to get my melee. And I'm going to blow myself up. Perfect. This is very dangerous. Do not try at home, kids. Woo! And she's gone. Out of the park. Anyway, you can do that, and grenades will go much farther than if you were to just chuck them. It's just kind of a funny little nice thing. And sticky grenades cannot be cooked, but they do stick to anything that you throw them onto. Frag grenades can be cooked, which is good because they tend to bounce away after they hit. All right, some adjustments that the devs have told us that are not active yet is that right now all missions start with 60 heat as their initial heat. And that is on any mission that is going to have heat. The only ones that don't have heat are going to be your salvage missions and your single sector missions like data breach and data extraction. But the heat amount is going to be adjusted. They're tweaking it now. It's not currently in the experimental branch, so I don't get to test it. But they said, especially on lower difficulties, they want to lower the amount of heat that you're going to have at start, and then just make some tweaks to it. So maybe we'll get more in some instances and less in others. So I am curious to see how that all plays out. Yeah. We got a challenge rating 5 over here in Tivian Expanse. That's crazy. I actually want to do that. I haven't done a 5 in Tivian ever, so that's new to me. I particularly want to test out the bolt accelerators because I have been having a little bit of aiming issues, I feel, and I just want to make sure that it's not me and that it is indeed a bug. Before I do any more reporting on it, I've reported it to the devs, but I'm not 100% certain that I am correct in my assessment. So I want to do some testing. And yeah, we're going to do this. Cool. I like that build. Now I did pick up, I believe it was a good artifact. It was a legendary mass proxy, I think, up here at the vendor. Yep, perfect. And these others I'm just going to feed to it. I have started doing recording for the series, guys. A new series on the YouTube. I am going to be working on a video for the updates that we're going to be getting this week. I'm hoping that it'll go out before the update goes live, but we'll see. I mean, we're running out of time. The devs did say the update's coming this week, and I can't promise anything specifically in that regard. I will do my best, and well, we'll let things play out the way they'll play out. All right, posting the open lobby to the chats. And yeah, also have another series that I'm working on right now where I'm going to be covering all the artifacts, which is something I've been promising to do for a while, but recording has started. And I've found a way that's going to make it much easier for me to do it in a timely fashion. So I'm going to be working on that. And yeah, like I said, I've already got 1 or 2 of those videos recorded. I just have to edit them. I should have one going out this week, as well as the video that's going to be covering the changes that we're seeing in experimental. So that will hopefully be out. I'm hoping that the video for the changes to experimental will be going out over the next day or 2. But like I said, it's going to depend. A lot of the footage I'm going to have to grab for it is going to be a little bit tricky to grab, so we'll see how it goes. At any rate, let's go ahead and get stuck into it. I do want to test these bolt accelerators out. This build should be reasonably good. What I might do is, you know what, I'm going to leave at least the railgun plugged in just in case somebody joins. When I'm playing solo, I'll oftentimes just give Buddy a burst shield because it saves ammo and it's useful. But a burst shield is really boring when that's the only thing you have on the dart, in my opinion, so I don't like to subject others to that. But for solo, running the dart with just a burst shield and 2 pilot cannons is actually really effective. Since, you know, Buddy is capable of taking advantage of it and doesn't complain. Alright. So how you and Sarah doing today, Green? She said she's getting her new computer on Wednesday, so I'm hoping she'll be able to live stream pretty quickly. And like I said to her, I am happy to help with whatever you guys need help with. Like if you need troubleshooting, testing, or anything for setup, let me know. I'm kind of hoping to be able to get set up for my videos pretty early in the week so I can work on other things like getting certain things I'm working on at Twitch in order. So I should have some free time throughout the week that I can... I'll be working, but time that I'll be able to kind of break away if need be. So if she needs me, I'm here. Here lately, with all the updates we've been going and all the different games I'm trying to cover, I've been very busy, much busier than I normally would be. Okay, so some of the adjustments that you guys might not have seen, I don't remember if this was in play Saturday. When we were live streaming, but I've noticed it over the last day or 2, is that there are now jumps behind the final jump. I can't remember if that was adjusted, and the exit out is not always straight up. But yeah, your starting point seems to kind of bounce around, which is kind of cool. I like the adjustment. Let's see, what should I be testing? Well, we got artifacts that direction. I can lower the heat, pardon me, then hit that, then come up through here and knock out all the heat on my way up. The trader's right here. It would be kind of difficult to flit around to the trader and hit all that too. Is there artifacts along the way here? No. So like that's my only place for artifacts is the trader and that one that I'm seeing. Yeah. So I'm gonna go that direction because I'd like some more artifacts. Okay. Artifacts are easier to come by now, and they're very broken, I feel. Which they should be. They absolutely should be. I feel like artifacts are the one thing in the game that should be absolutely busted. Like, no cap. They are your temporary buffs and run, and you're not going to get the same ones every run, so they should be fun and exciting. It should be, ooh, look what I got this time. And then the rest of the stuff that we can get normally should be, you know, balanced well, in my opinion. That's just my personal take on it, though. I would love to see Pineapple Power get some buffs for sure, since it got nerfed.
We can't leave until it's been taken offline.
Alright, so mass proxy is going to be based on how much materia I have. Right now, this seems very... We've got an elite Corvette. Says elite attacks are hard to evade. Powerful ship carries valuable components on board. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot here. I'm gonna go grab the materia. I'm assuming that if I drop that Corvette, it's going to drop a whole bunch of goodies. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, there's a jammer. Why was that stuff not coming up on scan? That's strange. It is now. Okay, and we got elite mines. What the heck? And there's a jammer. There's that Corvette. I might just go ahead and drop the Corvette since I'm right here.
I'm seeing something on our scanners.
Alright, a little stuttering there. Looks like we're about to get hammered by a railgun. I will say, as a general rule, all the pilot cannons feel really good right now. Okay, I'm not having any trouble yet, but here's gonna be the real test. Okay, so that's working like it should be. So far, the bolt accelerators feel all right. It wasn't quite as easy to hit crits on the Corvettes, it felt. All right, that felt inaccurate. Let's see. It could be a matter of speed. The bolt accelerators travel very slowly, but I feel that if that's the... yeah, these don't feel right. I'm going to have to bring this up to the devs. Because that should be hitting. It's saying I should literally be hitting a crit, and it's not hitting at all. So I'm going to mark that on stream, because I definitely want to show that to the devs. Like, right there. I'm perfectly lined up with the reticle, not hitting at all. Let's lead our shots pretty drastically. Yeah, see, I had to go well beyond where the reticle was telling me I should be going to hit that. That should not be the case. The reticle should be telling you exactly where the bolt accelerator should be landing, and you shouldn't have to accommodate so hard for them. So anyway, I'm going to bring that up to the devs. I'm going to go ahead and put a marker on stream, and I'll just grab that clip. Don't be upset with them, guys. They are putting in tons of work into this an experimental, so we're expecting bugs right now. Good morning. Technotai, how's it going, buddy? All right, so that's one thing I'm going to bring up to the devs. That is that's something I'd like to see adjusted. Probably just needs a little tweaking. I love the new rocket drones, and I also love that their little packs are weak points now. Hey, Slide Drum, how's it going? Yeah, gaming. Feel free to join if you like. I got an open lobby right here, but we are an experimental, just so you know. All right. The experimental should be going live into the main branch this week sometime, so I'm hoping to get in a little bit of testing before that happens. I've also got a video I'm working on that's going to go out this week. I should be breaking down the changes to experimental, so... Alright, well, the Corvette dropped a little bit of materia. We've got some elite mines over here and a whole bunch of heavy fighters. I do have enough that I can go ahead and do a shield repair. I'm going to do that. Alright. Alright, sounds good, buddy. Alright. Let's see what we got. We've got a jammer here. This is in the Tivian Expanse, and it's a challenge rating 5 mission, which is absolutely nuts. I've never seen a challenge rating 5 in the Tivian Expanse, so I feel like that's an adjustment. I'm going to keep testing these bolt accelerators for a bit, but I do feel like they need some tweaking, and I'm going to bring that up to the devs, like I said, but we'll see. I'm going to test them out just a little more before I make a decision. Yeah, no, that just doesn't feel right. They are not hitting where the reticle is aiming. The other cannons feel great right now. From my testing, all the other pilot cannons feel extremely accurate. This does not quite feel like it should.
Take that, scum.
And I know what it should feel like because I remember what they felt like when the game launched. And I do remember when that bug where they stopped hitting where they were supposed to got introduced. And I remember it was so frustrating because the bolt accelerators were my favorite. But, ooh, I feel like the range on those mines is greater than it used to be. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Let's get these fires out. Oh yeah, I'm running a different build. I forgot. Okay, so I'm running a different build from what I usually do, guys, in my augments. I'll just show you what I got. This is my one where it gives you double health, but then extra damage whenever you are below 50% health. So it is plus 20 health, plus 80 health. So you get an extra 100 health, so double. And then Berserk Protocol, which gives you plus 50% damage when you are below 50% of your max or at 50%. So when I hit 100, which is normal health range, then I get 50% extra damage. And then I've got Clutch Protocol, which just reloads all my weapons whenever my shields go down. You can also fit other things into the second slot there because you have 2 points left over. I just chose to go with Clutch Protocol for testing purposes. You're surprised the game doesn't cheat and give you a hidden lock-on if you're aiming perfectly on the reticle. It sort of does on the other cannons, and it's basically the reticle is supposed to tell you when you are... Basically, if you shoot exactly where the reticle is supposed to indicate where a critical hit will happen when you shoot the enemy ship. And with the other cannons, it does. When you're hitting exactly where the reticle is telling you to hit, because it moves around and tracks the ship. So basically, it works that way on the other cannons. It will indicate where a critical hit would land. But with the bolt accelerators right now, they're not hitting where the reticle is saying they're going to, which is not the way they're supposed to be behaving. So I've mentioned it to the devs before. I have a bug report open in the experimental Discord branch. But, yeah, it's just something that's going to have to be tweaked. It's been an issue in the main branch for a while. It was not an experimental when they first pushed this update, but after a couple of patches, it's back. It was on all the pilot cannons, though, and now it's only specifically on the bolt accelerators. So, honestly, we're in a much better state than we were. Is it ideal that it's back? No, but... at least we've got improvement, and I'll take that.
We need to destroy the jammer's power conduits to trigger its self-destruct sequence. I Hauk the first section.
I'm a little bummed in the fact that the bolt accelerators are indeed my favorite, but could be worse. Ooh, let's get a move on. Got a rocket drone there. Oh yeah, so they can definitely blast from anywhere. They don't even necessarily have to hit you, but that makes sense. They're firing rockets, for crying out loud. Fun facts with the rocket drones, which are an awesome new enemy type. They, you can shoot their rockets out of the air, and you can actually blow them up with their own rockets. It's really hard to do because the rockets move so quickly, and the indication that they're about to fire a rocket, well, it's certainly there. It's a little quick, and so specifically targeting their rockets to take them out with is something I do more by chance than intentionally, but the fact that it can be done is pretty fun.
Now activate the self-destruct sequence. It will also give you access to the vault.
Okay.
So grab what you can.
Oh, that sounds like... okay, we got a rocket drone. It also looks like there's... so the grenades are handy. I'm glad that that's in the game now. Okay, we got a rocket drone. Let's deal with you. It takes 2 grenades to take out a shielded enemy, but they will simultaneously blow like that, because the first grenade will break the shield, the second grenade will damage the enemy. But they will set off at the same time because the first grenade will set off the second.
Go in and grab what you can and get a move on. The clock is ticking.
Yeah, we got credits, got boarding blitz, and two core repairs. Okay, not a ton of loot, but I'll take it. I was hoping for more artifacts than that. That's all right. I do believe the artifact jump is the next one anyway, so. Okay, I'm back. My boss was having IT problems. Understood, buddy.
Initiating
Yeah, 15 stream streak is pretty cool, bud. I appreciate it, man. Green being the MVP over here. Alright, so we've lowered the heat by 16. That puts us past the first materia disruption field on the final jump. That will be helpful. Alright. I did... Huh. Okay, well that's a bug. That's a very unfortunate bug. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that for the devs. I did just lose some loot. I had picked up an artifact, I had picked up 2 core repairs and a couple of other things, and oh yeah, the med stem, and the only thing it's given me from the bag is the advanced medical supplies, so that's weird. Oh well. Moving on. That's actually an old bug, so that's resurfaced. It always feels like that. It's like we get 10 bugs fixed, but then 2 more pop up that we've already gotten rid of. It's always the way. Oh well, at least the devs should know how they addressed it last time, so. Microsoft Teams permissions turn themselves off. Gotcha.
The distress call is coming from this area. Move closer to investigate it.
I will leave the
On our scanners.
Windows jokes alone for now. Let you guys ruminate on what I could say.
Over here.
To be fair, I also use Windows. I just don't use it on my daily driver because I am sick of it.
Materia collection. Empty collectors to be taken.
Did you just say ruminate? Blueprints PTSD. I've not played Blueprints, buddy, but it looks like a game I would love. So I'm not getting the reference, but I've definitely had my eye on that game, though. I would love to check it out. I love puzzle games and stuff like that, so that would be right up my alley, honestly. People who play the game a lot know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, got it. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Alright, well, we've definitely got enemies, so the snipers seem like the greatest threat right this moment. I'm going to deal with those first. Hey, come back here, sir.
Materia filters.
Finally, someone found us. Ancient drones are trying to break through.
Yeah, see, those should be hitting, but they're not. Oh well. Let's go ahead and drop these enemy ships. We are low on core health, but Buddy's got enough materia. He should be able to deal with it.
Replenishing ship ammo.
Okay.
They board it and look for valuables.
Up close. Did you see that shell?
I will say it's not as bad as it was when in the main branch with this bug. With this bug, generally speaking, if you're firing straight ahead at something straight ahead, it is going to hit. If they're doing a lot of turning, it becomes a lot less accurate. In the main branch, though, with this bug, when you would be aiming directly at something, it could still miss, right? They could be coming straight at you. You could be going straight at them. Everything should be lined up perfectly. and then it just goes, the bolts would actually go in opposite directions, like right would fire off to the way to the left, and left would fire off way to the right and just hit nothing. They wouldn't even stay synced, which was really strange. Definitely not the way they were supposed to behave. So that is definitely better than it was. Oh, all my loot's right here. What the, okay. Cool. Well,
We're taking damage.
is it not letting me pick it up? Weird. Alright, well, we need to go help that ship before it goes down. This is my new favorite gun, guys. No, just no art. There's just no contest. Some people have complained about the damage. I feel like the breakpoints are right where they should be with this cannon, with this gun. Because you don't want it to be as powerful as the javelin, and you don't want to do as much DPS at close range as the halberd. So yes, it's going to be underwhelming in comparison to the two, and it should be, but it should have qualities from both, while still putting out respectable damage. And I think that's exactly where it's at. Like, it's not as powerful as either the javelin or the halberd, but it can do the job of both weapons. And that just feels good. Like, it's got less recoil when you're aiming down sights than it does at hip fire. It's very precise. It can be rapid fired, which gives it enough damage to deal with anything in the game. So, like, I feel like the damage is good as far as that's concerned. And then it's I don't know, I just feel like it feels good. It's easy to use, and it's very ammo conservative in comparison to those weapons. Like, the halberd burns through ammo like it's nobody's business, especially depending on the augments you choose to take on your personal build. It can be very bad about chewing through ammo. The Bulldog, on the other hand, is extremely conservative when it comes to dealing with ammunition, so I appreciate that. It makes it where the Bulldog can be literally the only thing I'm running, and it doesn't feel bad, right? So, there's been a drastic reduction in the amount of materia that you get for various items now, but the amount of materia you can carry has been greatly reduced from 600 on the Dart and 1,000 on the Catamaran to 250 on both ships, which makes certain artifacts, such as Mass Proxy, which I have plugged in right now, much more powerful. So I appreciate that. I think that's kind of fun. I think it feels nice. They did say they're going to do some tweaking. This may not be the final amount that you can have, but they agree that lower amounts of materia in the tanks to hit high percentages on these artifacts feels good. So they're doing some tweaking there, but overall I like the changes. In the experimental branch, I told the guys, I told the devs and the folks there that I am going to be putting together a video over the next day or so, just breaking down all the changes in experimental, guys. And I swear we have one of the best communities, because instantly everybody started chiming in with all of the changes, anything that I didn't know or had forgotten to bring out, because I put in a list of things that I felt like were drastic changes, and they're like, don't forget. And I then had this list, this wall of things to talk about, and it's going to make writing my script so much easier. I really appreciate the help. So everybody who was there and helping out with that, thank you so much. Y'all rock. I swear we've got the best community. I love it so much. Which is crazy, because I came off of Deep Rock Galactic, which arguably has one of the best communities in the game. So, that's arguably one of the best communities in gaming, really. So, it's the fact that I feel, when I came to Jump Space, I was hoping sincerely that the community around Jump Space would build up to be positive, like the one in Deep Rock Galactic. And that's honestly why I got into content creation, because I didn't want to sit back and wait for and see what happened. I wanted to try and help be a positive force in the community and try to encourage that kind of behavior. And that's why I'm doing this. But I mean, with the way everybody's acting, I kind of feel like It would have happened whether I did this or not, honestly. You guys are great. So, very cool.
Requesting supply drop.
I love to see it. If you're running what that little visual bug is with the lines, that is because I am currently running FSR, which FSR looks a little funny. I'm going to bring that one up to the devs as well. That's just to make sure they're aware of that bug. I could swap it from FSR. I'm going to try TAA and see what that does. I do have it set to dynamic resolution. These are more effective. I need to test out DLSS. I have an NVIDIA card, so I'm going to try out some DLSS on this as well. That's a lower end machine that I have, but it should be able to run jump space currently. So, but I've got dynamic resolution with a cap at 60, which just feels good. 1080p on my rig. I've got a mid-range AMD rig. Right now I'm running TAA, so we'll see how that looks. NVIDIA on Linux? No. It's a Windows machine, but, you know. Oh, Heatblade. Nice. I have a couple of different rigs running different operating systems and stuff. This one's Linux with AMD card.
We are being boarded. Clear out the intruders.
You're impressed that works well? Oh, yeah. I would be, too. Hi, guys. How we doing? You stepped into the wrong office. Yeah. I mean, it's impressive how some people have been able to get NVIDIA cards to work well with Linux. So, I mean, it can be done, but, yeah. I haven't tested it myself personally. My primary daily driver